It's going.
We're
I
live?
think so.
Let's go.
Uh oh. It's on the he's on the page.
That's fine.
Alright, let's announce it.
Let's go.
I also played the Indiana Jones game recently.
Good.
The combat was horrible, but besides that it was pretty fun.
It looked good, like graphics wise. Sometimes. I've seen some clips from like yikes and others where I'm like, that's impressive. Oh fuck. I
What?
realized I didn't think about some things.
What?
You'll
Oh
it'll we'll
no.
get to it. We'll get to it. Uh
I'll post on Instagram.
right. I'll post on mine. Oh fuck.
Add the fucking link. Oh my god, not location. Okay.
Oh,
Dink. Alright, then whoever will join will tell if our audio levels are good or not.
yep.
The way she goes. Alright.
Call it
Ugh.
the Ween finale.
The what?
The Ween finale.
Ween finale.
Yeah, it is. It is a finale, technically. Uh,
I still have to buy
I
drum mics and my recording tomorrow.
damn.
I'm not looking forward to that. Is anybody here?
No, I don't think so. I copped out a little bit. I didn't do any fun rating system for any of these albums. I just rated the songs out of 10.
You sick fuck.
I know, I know.
There
But
wasn't enough
but the it
time.
I mean, it worked really well for the Brown albums, but I just couldn't think of anything
Yeah.
crazy for these because they're like relatively normal albums compared to the Brown era, at least.
Alright, is anybody watching?
Chat, please. I think that we're just gonna be talking to each other in chat.
Chris said he's gonna join, so I think he's about to.
Yeah.
He's watching Invincible. He's like, alright, I'll stop watching Invincible.
Ooh, impressive. Prime boy.
Well, I think I just want to make sure that the levels are fine. If you wanna, maybe if you check,
Oh yeah.
if
True.
you just
I
turn
can
it up and
just
then
do
you
that.
can hear how you sound. Just because I don't want
Yeah.
the full recording to be
Let's see.
bad. All right, I'm talking. This is
I'm
this is
talking
what I
now.
sound like. Is it? Does it work?
I'm like, yeah, it's they're solid. They're solid. I
Okay.
might be slightly quieter, but that no, we're good. We're good. It
Okay.
was just
Okay.
because yeah, I have a
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
good. We're good. Okay, I gotta mute this shit. Holy shit! I was
You just kept
God,
hearing
that's so
yourself
annoying.
talk. You
Yeah.
just hear yourself talk.
All right.
Awesome. I think I start this one, right? Or we could do the introduction.
Yeah, we'll do an introduction. Well, let's wait for Krish at least.
Dude, Chris is never gonna join.
He's like, oh, end of this episode, end of this episode. Oh,
But yeah, I think I got like a template that we can start using with the for screenshots or thumbnails. Like that one thing I made, and then we just take out the artist name and just use that same one. It's not loading. Uh-oh. Yeah, the artist name. That's not good.
it's fine for me. Yeah, I just reloaded the page and it's working.
Okay.
Krish problem.
YouTube don't want to work. I'm gonna send it to Max as well. We'll see if Max joins.
Hit it with a like. Maybe he tried going to the old channel. Copy link. Also gonna put it. Blue balloon. I listened to a lot of Laku Grog
You
yesterday.
sick fuck.
I had to really lock it in there. Holy
How many times
fuck.
did you listen to it? Once?
Like 4.
Holy
Once?
shit. I'm kidding.
4.
Bro, I'm gonna crash out. Oh, he's just saying that YouTube just isn't loading in general.
Oh.
That's not good. Oh, he's here, I think.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. He's here. Okay.
Thank you, Krish.
Well,
We
7
missed
minutes
you.
in. What's up,
That's
guys? Welcome to SocietyCore Season 3. We're on the finale of Ween. We're gonna cover the last couple of albums they got, and then it's time for another artist.
I think we start with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
All right. Let's
Oh,
talk
Yeah,
about.
don't worry, we'll mod you soon, Krish. Sorry.
We can talk about the Mollusk. So the Mollusk is the next album, and I've already somewhat shared my thoughts on this album. I think my opinion has slightly changed on it. I don't think it's a bad album. I think it's pretty good. I still think that it's slightly overrated. People say it's Ween's best album, and I just don't know if there's any world where that could possibly be true. It's pretty good, but everyone's like, oh, it's the best Ween album ever, and I'm just like, there's so many other ones they have that I would put over it, so I don't fully agree with that. But I think overall, the Mollusk at its core is like a concept album, and it's the one time where they really try to connect like every song or kind of style to it, and one of those styles are fucking sea shanties and kind of more like nautical, aquatic type of music. And in my opinion, that style's a little ass. I don't like it that much. I think it's like almost like too corny in a way. It's like, I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense for Ween to want to do that, but even if Ween's behind it, I still don't think it makes it good. But beyond that, I think there's really great songs. and really high points, but I also think that there are some lower points that I feel like aren't as frequent on their other
Name one low
on
point.
their other post studio recorded albums. I have all my low points here, but I don't want to talk about the songs just yet.
Damn it. All right. It's all coming together. I finally understand why you've been maligning this beautiful
Yeah.
album for so long. Because you don't like sea shanties or the ocean?
It's not that. It's just like in the fucking the 3/4 and like every other song.
Okay,
It's just
what's
not
wrong
good.
with
It's
it?
just not good.
It's fire! Holy shit. You're crazy. You're actually crazy. This is there is an argument. There's a clear argument for this being Ween's best album. And
There's
it
an
is
argument. You can still be wrong in it though.
but it is objectively their most important album
True.
because this album directly contributed to the creation of SpongeBob. And that may be Ween's greatest contribution to society at large. Without Ween's The Mollusk, I don't know if we get SpongeBob, and SpongeBob is just a goated show. On top of that,
SpongeBob's overrated too.
you're insane! What is wrong with you? Holy shit. Okay, like this album has half of it I would say is perfect, and the other half is very good. It's more than half is perfect. I'd say like 2/3 is perfect, and the rest is just very good. And then there's one track that I think sucks, and that's unfortunate. But knowing the lore behind the track, I can appreciate it a little bit.
I don't know if I know the lore.
Yeah, we can get into track for track, I guess. But I guess, yeah, the nautical theme and the fact that they brought in like and stuck to a style and a lot of like prog rock and a lot of like psychedelia, like the album just sounds really cool and interesting, and
I will agree. There is nothing
it's
really
really
like
good.
it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I truly don't think, like, if you don't enjoy this album, you're not a true Ween fan, honestly.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I enjoy
And
it.
yeah, also I think it is fair to say it's not their best. It is fair to say it's not their best because they do stick to a style, and usually they go into a lot of different directions. And honestly, the album has grown on me. Like the first time I listened, and I was expecting to kind of be like, maybe you're a little bit right, but after revisiting it for this, all of the songs that I didn't really like, that didn't clicked this time, except for a few, which yeah, we can get into that, but. Okay, what are your track opinions?
All right, do you want to go through the whole track list for these albums because we kept like missing songs on accident last time?
Yeah, and also we don't have any like 50-song albums to get to, so
Yeah.
we can go track for track.
Okay.
All right, Dancing in the Show Tonight.
I think it's not good. It's like a show tune, and like it's corny, and it's just boring. I don't like it.
I could not disagree
It's like
more.
It's like their weakest opener.
I could not disagree more. That's wild. It's creative. It's quirky. It's not corny because it's doing a show tune in a really fucking weird way. And they had a bunch of different people sing on the track, and they do vocal mutilation. It sounds weird as fuck, and it really just puts you into the album. Like,
And it's bad.
I love it. It's not bad. It's not bad. You just don't like show tunes,
I
and
guess
that's
not.
okay. And that's okay. All right. Well, let's do alternating. So the Mollusk, 10 out of 10 track. It's a little cheesy, but in an intentional way. It's really fun. I love the like flute sounds. It's a cute duet. I think it might be their best duet.
I don't even know it
Yeah,
was a duet.
I think it is. I don't. I. It sounds like one because there's two characters in the song,
I
and it
don't.
tells a story. I don't know. It's perfect.
I that's it's one of my favorites on the album. I like it.
Okay.
I like the acoustic guitar they have going on, and I feel like they have like a wind sound effect that like plays
Yeah.
throughout the track, and that's pretty cool too. So I
Very
like
cool.
that song.
They do a really good job on this song, especially, but through the whole album of like playing instruments in a way that sounds like the ocean.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's pretty impressive.
All
Okay,
right, Polka Dot Tail. I feel like
you
I
don't like this
don't
one.
remember it that much. I didn't write a
What the
note for
fuck?
it. I didn't write a note for it. I liked it though. I think it's good.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail? It's just it's a
Oh,
fun little silly goofy song. I think it's also like one of the flawless tracks on the album. It's fun. It's silly. I don't have a lot to say about it either though. I do have a lot to say about
next
LB
one's
on this
that's
spot
it's yours.
because this was originally my least favorite track on the
No
album.
fucking way.
But but I re-listened to it this time, and now it might be my favorite. Maybe second.
That's
No,
insane.
it's like top three. It's insanely good. How that guitar tone is nuts.
Yeah.
Like I listened to it like 20 times. It's so sick. Yeah, I love it so much. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me when I first listened in high school, but uh, yeah, that's like probably the third best song of the album,
Nice.
maybe fourth. So good.
That song's fun. Yeah, I really like that one a lot. It's like one of their heavier tracks on the album. Um, and then I think what is it? Mutilated Lips. I think is a top three for me. I really like that song. I think it's just like a fucking banger. I don't know much else to say. It just fucks.
Top three all time
No, no,
or
no,
top
no, no. On the
three?
album. On the album.
Oh, okay. Because for me, it's top three all time.
Oh, okay.
This is the best song on the album. I think it's the coolest song they've ever done. Like the most. Yeah, it's just. I think Kurt Vile said it's his favorite song of all time.
That's crazy.
Like he listened to this album in when he was in high school, and it like fully inspired him as a musician. So
Damn.
some Ween lore there. I don't know. I don't want to describe the song for anyone who hasn't heard it, but it's it's so
Atmospheric.
yeah, and like psychedelic and weird in the exact right way. So that's I think best on the album.
Next
Oh
one's
wait, do
you.
I? Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Fuck the Blarney Stone. Oh my god, this song sucks.
Yeah.
It's the low
Yeah.
point of the album. On
It's
it, if this
fucking
song
ass.
wasn't on it, if this song wasn't on it, this would be, I think, the best
I
Ween
think
album.
I think there's another song that I like a little less.
That's wild. I can't. Actually, I can see an argument for others, but I did learn the lore behind it.
Oh.
And this song is something that they had played live for years and years. And they finally just like put it to an album. And I can imagine in the like Brown era this being something that they would play live as like a bit when their music is much more focused on just like comedy and being silly. I could appreciate it. That being said, it's still not a good song. I think I would still sing along to it live, especially if I was drunk. But just as a listening experience, yeah, I don't know. It should have been a single or something. Like, please God, take it off the album. It really ruins the vibe coming off of Mutilated
Yeah.
Lips and then transitioning into the next one. Yeah.
Straight ass. I don't like that song. It's gonna be
Really?
alright. That's another one I don't really remember. I don't really like it.
That's It's like the second best song of the album. Come on.
Oh my god.
It's the other like 11 out of 10 like
You're fucking
most.
crazy.
It's one of the most beautiful Ween songs, if not the most beautiful. It's so heartfelt
Oh,
and
I
it
know. Yeah. I
sounds
mean, I think it's
incredible.
fine. I don't think there's like a build to it. I just get bored.
I think if it came right after the Mutilated Lips, maybe you would enjoy
Maybe.
it more.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's another perfect track for me though. I'm surprised you're. Wow. You don't even remember it? Like
I
it's
just
so
listened to it for
catchy.
a sec, and I got it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is it?
Now it's yours.
Oh, it is. Okay. There's just something missing on the Golden Eel. It sounds kind of empty. Like for being such a heavy kind of song, it just doesn't. I don't know.
It's just
It
not. It's
doesn't feel
fine.
full.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, like it's like a 7 out of 10 track.
That's
It's a
exactly
little
what I did.
catchy, but I don't know. I don't know why I don't love it because it fits on the album, but it also kind of just feels a little bit filler. Yeah. So
That's me.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's you.
Cold Blows the Wind, I think, is the worst track on the album. It's I don't like it. Just bad, boring ass. Not much else to say.
It's just a bad take, John. It's just a bad take.
Okay.
It's just a bad take. It's pretty and
It's the
it
only
tells
one
a
I gave a
story.
5.
Uh, excuse me, you gave Blarney Stone a 6?
I did. I did. I did.
No way.
I did.
Give Blarney Stone a 5, and it could go to a 4, honestly. Fucking nah. Cold Blows the Wind is it's. I'd say it's good. Like for what it is not my favorite type of thing. It's a story song, so on repeat listens, it like there's like a curve of enjoyment, I guess, or like a logarithm, where it doesn't get better the more you listen to it, but I think it's fine and it contributes. It fits into the album,
Bad.
and it's a fun story.
Bad.
So it's not like how can you say it's bad? There's nothing like
It's just
they don't
bad.
fuck up the instrument. You just don't like that style.
No, no,
I don't
really
know.
don't. I really don't.
It's I don't know. It's really good in concept, and even though on repeat listens, like I usually skip it. Like you can't really criticize it to me. So I gave it a 7 as well.
You got the next one?
Yeah, I do. Pink Eye on My Leg. Okay, it's fun. It's an instrumental track. It's goofy. It's got dogs barking. It doesn't fully fit the theme, but it's a good instrumental track. So honestly, I probably overrated it a little bit. I gave it a 7. It's probably a 6.
I gave it an 8.
Okay, so maybe it is a 7.
I really like this song. It's like not a song. It's just funny. And they like the dog starts barking randomly, and then there'll be like a long pause of silence, and it'll be like,
Oh yeah, okay, that's why I gave it. That's why I got the 7 because
It's just fun. It's a good
Uh,
song. I like it.
I do think it doesn't. It takes away a little bit from the concept. It doesn't fit in as well as the rest.
Maybe that's why I like it more.
Oh no.
All right, Waving My Dick in the Wind. That song just fucks. You know, it's just a
Yep.
good song. It's just funny, good. The chorus part kind of amps up everything a little bit, and it's fun.
Yeah, I'd say it's another perfect track. I don't have a lot to say about it. Like, although I did, this is another one that didn't click for me until this time around.
The heavier stuff isn't clicking until now. Maybe after hearing the rest of the Ween discography, you're like, I get it now.
Yeah, that actually did help a lot with stuff on like later albums, especially. But yeah, knowing their roots and hearing how crazy they can go definitely makes this like more expected, but it's not even that crazy heavy. I think it was
Yeah.
just a little bit like it felt a little juvenile, I guess,
Mm.
in a way that I was like I like the more serious stuff, and now I'm like, nah, this is awesome. I don't know. I can't really remember what my thought
Hmm.
process was at the time, but it definitely annoyed me, and it doesn't anymore. It's a very good song. 10 out of 10. Oh, it's me for Buckingham Green. Okay. This probably used to be my favorite song on
Damn.
the album. I think it's gone down a little bit. Because it,
It's not as epic as I remember it.
yeah, exactly. And I think part of that is just like, it's a little simplistic. Like, it's a simple version of like a prog sound, and like, it is really heavy and it gets there. But the lyrics are very like simple, a bit repetitive. Uh, but it's still fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's still a 10 out of 10, but it's no longer like an 11 out of 10 best
Hmm.
Ween song of all time. Like, yeah,
I gave it a 9. I think it's just fun. It's
that's
kind of
fair.
like super heavy again, almost out of nowhere. Um,
Mhm.
it's really cool. And then the next song, one of the greatest Ween songs ever made, Ocean
Mhm.
Man. It's fucking SpongeBob put it in and like made Ween even more popular. So it's like they kind of inspired it and then boosted them. So that's really cool. I also think it's fun, like Ocean Man. It's almost just like I feel like so many songs you like listen to like an artist like their most popular song, and you're like, oh, that almost doesn't like sound like their own style, or it's kind of like I don't know, listen to like Creep. It's like yeah, that's like Radiohead, but they have like so many like other songs that do like different styles or whatever. But I feel like Ocean Man is like Ween at its core. Like it's like really popular and really famous, and it's like all like almost all the best components that can go into a Ween song. I feel like are present on Ocean Man.
I think I mostly agree. I think it made me think of Ween, or my impression of Ween was as a much softer, like much less heavy
But they have
group
that
than they
ripping
are.
guitar solo.
Yeah, but it's almost like a surf rock like
True.
guitar, so it's not so it
But
isn't
then
like
they have like
heavy in, or
the
it's definitely not a
vocals.
metal. And the vocals are manipulated in a way, but that's not to take away from the song. It's just to be like that's a little bit of a different take. It's still like absolutely perfect. I put goated and SpongeBob build for my
I just
notes.
put goat.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I love it. Yeah,
All right.
I've nothing to add really. Yeah.
Next song.
Oh yeah, she wanted to leave. I don't know why I love this song so much, but I love this
You would
song.
just be randomly just be talking. You'd be like, "She wanted to leave."
Yeah, that has happened. It's so good. It's so catchy. I uh I fucking love it. It reminds me. I really like the Pogues, and I don't know if they took inspiration from the Pogues on this album at all. Like, but
Max is
for
here.
for some hi Max, for some reason it reminds me a little bit, or I get the same feeling as like navigate. I think they both take inspiration from sea shanties. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
what it is. But yeah, this it's another. I wouldn't say it's a. Actually, I would say it's a perfect song because on Spotify they actually fuck it up a little bit, and
What?
yeah, I think on the vinyl it's technically there's an extra track, or like at the end it says reprise, but that gets included in She Wanted to Leave, which I was like, it's not really perfect because like there's the long ocean sounds and then there's the reprise of the I'm Dancing in the Show Tonight
Mm-hmm.
piano. But on the vinyl, I think that's listed as a separate track. So I'm gonna say it's another perfect track. Uh,
I
I
was
love.
gonna say that's the part that I don't like is that there's
Mhm.
like 30 seconds of silence and then it goes into the reprisal of the worst one of the worst songs on the album. But I think it is a little. It's like I don't like it, but I'm like I get it. Like kind of tying it back into the concept album and then restarting the album
Yeah.
with that.
And I think technically that's not part of the song. So, so if we exclude that, it's perfect, right?
No, I still gave it a 7.
All right, whatever. That's fair.
All right, where are we putting this album?
S, easiest S of all time.
I don't know. I would put it at the top of A. That's where I put it. So
I cannot. I can't really give it a fair rating against Chocolate and Cheese. Like that album, I've spent more time with it, but just it's clearly S. I think we can put it
okay.
behind Chocolate and Cheese
All right.
for now.
All right.
Because this is the SocietyCore rating, but
You get
to
the
me,
final placement.
they're pretty much tied. They're pretty much tied. For you, we can put it behind, but I
Okay.
think they're like absolutely both like 9 out of 10 albums. I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, okay. I get to introduce
White Pepper.
White Pepper. I think this is their last major label record, I believe. I think they were trying to go for a more commercial sound on this,
It's their pop
and
album.
it sounds like it. It's like genre-wise, it still goes into a lot of different directions, but the production is very poppy. Even the heaviest songs on this album are almost overproduced, and in some cases, I would say they are overproduced. It's like really, really clean, like just clean is the best way to put it. Very clean, very poppy, nothing challenging, and that makes this album a very, very easy, pretty much fun listen. But I just also think it's missing a bit of the edge
Damn.
that Ween generally has. I think it starts very strong. I think it ends very strong, but I think it is kind of all over the place in the middle. Like there's a run of tracks here that I just don't love.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know if I have any other fun facts or things.
I have a fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is their Beatles album.
Oh yeah. Okay,
It's called
I
White
knew I had
Pepper,
that.
so it's a combination of the White Album and Sgt. Pepper. So it's
Yeah.
White Pepper, and I think that does tie into their more commercial sound, trying to make an album where there isn't anything that sticks out too far. So that's my fun fact.
I think they said in an interview they wanted the title to sound like a classic album, and so I think they were like, oh, what are the two most classic Beatles albums? But I don't know if they were trying to emulate the sound or like the actual style of the Beatles at all.
There's definitely one song for sure.
Okay.
But-
Oh, the other thing is that there's like no profanity on this album.
Oh yeah.
The only thing they say is dicks. They say sucking dicks. But other than that, there's no cursing, nothing. It's kind of tragic.
Tragic.
It's a little tragic.
All right. So my thoughts on this album, I think it's underrated as fuck. I think people should listen to it more and enjoy it more. I don't think it's in their best but it's definitely in the upper half. I think it does. I think it honestly tries some like unique genres and styles that isn't on like any of their other albums. With certain songs, but I think overall a lot of them kind of like is more like it definitely fucking sounds like an early 2000s rock album for majority of it, kind of that like alternative sound almost Foo Fighters esque in some parts. Um, but I think overall as an album, it's like really solid, and I personally don't think there's that much of a drop in quality. I think it starts off pretty strong, and then the ending, in my opinion, isn't as strong as the rest of the album. But overall, I think it's pretty good, pretty fun.
I feel like you just don't like Ween slow songs.
I'm just like, where's the sauce, you know?
The sauce is in the vocals, Jonathan.
Apparently not for me.
Okay.
All right, do we start the songs?
I do want to say I also think this album is underrated. I read a lot of, like, after listening and forming my opinion, I would go back and look at some reviews for all of these, especially Pitchfork. Pitchfork's Ween reviews fucking suck. They always like the album or dislike the album for the wrong reasons.
Where'd the cheese go?
Like, oh, where'd the cheese go? That's fun lore. The rejected Pizza Hut jingle. Yeah, so this album is like, I think they described it as a go nowhere album. But then they still rated it like a high 7. I don't know.
Fuck.
Because different people review the album, so like you can tell the reviewer like hated it, and they're like, "This." I think it was like a review of Shinola that was like, "It's better than the Go Nowhere like White Pepper," but then the score that they gave was like lower. I don't know.
Whatever.
So anyway, yeah, I agree. I agree that it's underrated. Like I think a lot of like the Ween fandom or critical like review, like Ween fans don't like this album because it's like not Ween enough, and then like pop
like not
reviewers don't
enough.
like it because it's not commercial enough. So I think that's really
zone.
unfair to it. Yeah, but yeah, it's right in that weird zone where it is in between. And that I think does make it underrated for me. So track for track.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. So Exactly Where I'm At is the best Ween opener. One of the best Ween songs.
Yep.
It's one of the best Ween solos.
Yep.
Yeah. The production style of the album works perfectly for it. It's so fucking fun and awesome and brings you in, and I love it. Yeah.
I finally broke the rating scale with this song. I gave it an 11 out of 10.
Nice. This is also an 11 for me.
I don't know what it is, this song in general. It holds a special place in my heart. I think just like the opening with like the drums and like all the synths that come in and everything, and then like the extra guitar parts they have, it's crazy. And I think I remember when I first listened to the album, and just listening to it, because I think I listened to Chocolate and Cheese and then some other stuff, but I got to it, I was listening to White Pepper, and I was like, oh, I think that was the exact moment where I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking love this band. Like, so many albums I already listened to and it was good, and I got to like even more, and that this one was like as good almost as like some of the other stuff. I was like, what the fuck? I was just like, I'm gonna obsess over this band, because like sometimes you find like an album or two that you really like, but then you keep getting more into the discography and you're like, oh, this is fucking awesome, like the whole way through. So that was kind of that like click moment for me. But yeah, exactly Where I'm At, one of the greatest Ween songs ever made.
True. Real.
And then Flutes of Chi, that's all. I really like this song as well. I gave it like an 8. I think it's the fucking doo-doo, like that weird noise that kind of like comes in the sides. I think that's like really cool, and it's also kind of like another like beautiful song.
I'm gonna say it's a testament to the Mollusk that a Mollusk B-side is one of the best songs on White Pepper. This song is so good. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's so catchy and just pretty, and yeah. I think it was originally recorded for the Mollusk.
Oh, you got the next one?
Oh yeah, I do. Hi, Rico. Even if you don't, very pop, but it is a banger. It's really lovely, and I think the vocals on it are some of like Gene's most, yeah, just fun and poppy. Another like 9 out of 10, I think. Pretty good track.
This is what I definitely say is their Beatles song
Yeah,
on the
that
album. This is like
that
this is definitely a Beatles song. Um, they also kind of shred a little bit on this song too. I remember. So I think it's like another just like great song. I gave it an 8 as well. Very fun. Fits the album so far. And then you get to Bananas and Blow. Krish fucking loves this song. I know that. It's one of his favorites. He's a little sick bastard for that one. I think I really liked it when I first listened to, but going back to repeat listens, I think I just don't care about it as much.
what I'm saying.
It's like, it's fine. Like, I still think I gave it a 7, but I'm just not like... Most of the time when it comes on, I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this right now. I'll skip it.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Originally, I didn't like it at all. I came around to it, and now I'm like, it's whatever. I think it's overproduced as fuck. It's over the top. It's corny. It doesn't fit on the album.
Yeah.
It's still but it is a good song. It's just like in context and everything. It's annoying. 6 out of 10, I think.
6 out of
for
10.
me.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
They're screaming the lyrics in the chat.
It's catchy. It's also a bit annoying. I'm sorry. Okay, Stroker Ace. I'd say the song, like, mostly it rips, and I appreciate that they keep, like, coming back to the hardcore sound, but it doesn't really fit in the album, and also the production of the album, like, makes it not as good as it should be.
I think that's another one where it's like, I really liked it when I first heard it, and then coming back, it's like, it's fine. I think I gave it another 7 out of 10. It's, like, fun, but it's like, they've done heavier, a lot better. And it's just like it's cool that they did that style. And that's like kind of the ones where it's kind of like reaching out, like kind of not fitting the rest of the album as well for that one. Then we get to Ice Castles. I don't know what this is.
That's what I'm saying.
I liked it though. Uh-oh. I'm getting a call.
I can talk about Ice Castles.
Yeah,
if
you go do
need to
that.
take this call. All right. It's like it's a head scratcher because they've done instrumentals before, but normally the instrumental, like if they're gonna do an instrumental, like on the Mollusk, like it's usually funny or very thematic or like something. This is just like it sounds like the Nutcracker or like a ballet instrumental, and it's right after the heaviness of Stroker Ace, which just kind of makes it suck. Like this album would be better without this, and to me that's like that's always my judgment for an instrumental track. Is it like, okay, is it either a transition, is it an interlude, or like does it serve some purpose, and would the album be better without it? And I think that this album would be better without Ice Castles. I think I gave it like I'd give it like 4 or 5. So
I can talk about it while you read what I texted you.
Jesus.
So
that's crazy.
Ice Castles. I also really like. I actually really like this song. I think it's really weird, and it's like it almost sounds like it's like no other Ween song that they had. Like I don't think there's like a single other Ween song that sounds like Ice Castles.
No, not at all.
But because it's like so weird to me, I fuck with it. I like it a lot as well. So I actually gave it an 8. So I think it's pretty good.
Interesting. Fair.
You have the next one.
Oh yeah, I'm Back to Basim. All right, this song is perfect. Back to Basim is so good, and I it's another one I can't describe why. I don't know. It just gets stuck in my head. I love the way it progresses. I love the vocals. It's really fun. 10 out of 10. Yeah, one of the most underrated Ween tracks, I think, if not the most underrated. Yeah.
Back to Basim. Also, one of my favorites. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think they almost have like shoegaze on it.
That's probably why I like it.
And it's just like it just fucks. It's a crazy fucking song. Like when everything kind of comes in, it's just so full, and they have like the distorted vocals,
yeah,
and like all the extra guitar parts, and so I think that's like a fucking awesome song. And then we get to the Grobe. And this song I feel like starts off like pretty heavy, and then the vibe changes like instantly. What the fuck does the second part sound like? Right, it's like the
it's like whenever there's no vocals, it's really heavy, and then as soon as the vocals start, like I don't know if it changes keys, but it definitely changes octave. It's like it's much more like light and kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
But it starts so heavy and cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love that song. I give it an 8.
See, I really don't like the song because I only like the instrumental vibe, and then every time the vocals start, I stop liking it.
The vocals are a bit intense with the distortion they put on it.
It's also just annoying. It's like talking about bring it to a boil and simmer low. Like it's I don't know. Like it's kind of about cooking. It's very like kind of, I don't know, swanky. I don't know how to describe the vocals, but the delivery is over the top and kind of annoying. So I gave it a 6 because I feel like it could have been a really good song, but I understand loving it. Yeah.
Right, on to the next one.
Oh, Pandy Fackler. I mean, it's a little bit obnoxious, but it's also really fun. Yeah. I don't know. Like sometimes I really enjoy it and I like want to listen to it a lot, and then other times I have to skip it because I'm like I just can't do this song. So, well, it averages to a 7, but sometimes it's a 9, sometimes it's a 5.
I gave it a 7 as well. I think it's fun.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that's that crazy. I think this is where, in my opinion, the album starts to falter a bit, though.
That's crazy, because this is where I'd say it gets good again.
Oh my fucking god. Alright, Stay Forever, worst song on the album.
What? Oh, you cannot be serious
worst song
right now.
on the album, Stay Forever. It's,
You're crazy.
I think it's just like, I don't know. I don't care about it. It's mid.
How? It's like the same fucking thing as like Even If You Don't and Exactly Where I'm At. It's the same type of song.
Nope. Drags on.
What do you mean? It's 3.5 minutes.
Stay forever.
You're crazy. You're actually crazy.
I don't like
That
the
is a
vocal
job
phrasing.
moment.
It's just I don't like it.
Oh my god. Like I don't understand you because you can love a song that is the same fucking thing. It's not different.
It's executed more poorly.
Oh, what the fuck? Ah! I'm losing my mind. Man, I give it a 9 out of 10. Same as Even If You Don't. Even If You Don't is even more repetitive. What do you mean?
That song's just better though. I don't think Stay Forever builds. Stay Forever doesn't build. Do you feel the same way? I think I find the vocals a little annoying.
It doesn't build it. It's just good throughout. Like there's a different like instrumental mini solo in between every like
I don't like it.
lyric. It's so
like
good.
it.
Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Is this mine?
No, I think this is me because
Okay.
you went insane. Yeah, this is me. Okay, I can understand not liking this song honestly, but I think where it's put in the album, it's a very simple song, but it's fun. It's twangy. I like it. I think I used to like it more, but it's still like a solid like 7.58 out of 10.
I gave it a 7. I don't
Okay.
care about it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's another fine
Yeah.
song.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then She's Your Baby.
There's no way.
I gave it a
There's no
7.
way.
I gave it a 7. It's better than I remember it, but I don't like it as much as some of the other songs on the album.
That's crazy because I think this is probably the second best song on the album.
God.
Actually, this is the most underrated song that Ween has
Yeah.
because Back to Basem has slightly more listens and slightly more streams. She's Your Baby is so fucking beautiful. Like, it is one of the most emotional Ween songs, I think.
Sometimes
Like,
your
the
opinions are
lyrics
unbelievable, and Christian
wild.
sometimes question mark.
This is why we do this show. we gotta hear the Shaw takes.
The Jakes.
The Jakes.
I'm
Dude,
jaking it.
Yeah, god damn it. Yeah, just the lyrics. The lyrics to She's Your Baby are, I don't know, indescribably good.
Hmm.
They just some of the best songwriting from Ween ever of all time. And also the instrumentation builds a lot. Like a chorus comes in the second half. Like it's so beautiful.
I don't think the soft-spoken Ween songs work for me on this album.
Interesting. I think as we were going through, I feel like the more no, that's not. Yeah, it is the production of this album that really kind of sullies it for me.
All right, where are we
Like,
putting it?
yeah. I think that right now, at least for the quality of album we have in S, this does not reach.
Yeah.
Like, this does not reach. However, it is to me a step above both of the albums in A. Like those are like maybe a little bit above a 7 out of 10 album, and this is like an 8 out of 10 album. So I think
everything?
clear top of A. No. We're not
Okay,
pushing
okay,
everything.
okay.
No. Because Pure Guava, and those are definitely B tiers.
I'm
And
getting another
yeah.
another dink.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the production, but I think there's like a critical, like, you either need a ton going on the song or not a lot going on in the song for this production style to work. Maybe that could be it. I don't know. That's just a hypothesis I'm coming up with right now as we go through, but it's still very much worth the listen, especially if you have not, if you've liked the other popular Ween albums.
Yes.
It's underrated. So that concludes White Pepper.
All right, I get to talk about Quebec.
Yep, you do.
Let's
Go off.
fucking go. All right. All right. This is the best Ween album.
Wait, say the line. Say the line that we both came up with.
Quebec is like Weens in rainbows.
Let's go!
It's near the end of their discography, comes out of nowhere. It's fucking peak. It's fucking peak. This album's awesome. It's like it's just fucking crazy to be like, this is what they did, you know, like after getting the studio, like dropping, getting off of Elektra, having White Pepper come out, and they're like, all right, we're gonna take another stab at an album. Let's see what happens. And they ended up making like their most beautiful sounding and just like all put together like great fucking album. I only think there's like maybe one low point on the album, and then they have so many other songs that just are like so fucking, like, it has the highest points I think on any Ween album in general, and consistently it's just so fucking good. And it's just like, I almost just feel like it's like unbelievable that this album even exists and it came out. And I'm honestly surprised that it's not, it's like, as if you're a Ween fan you like it, but I feel like it's not really revered that much outside of like people that listen to Ween. Like, people haven't been like, oh yeah, I've listened to Quebec before. At least from what I can tell. Like, a lot of people check out the Mollusk and or Chocolate and Cheese, because Chocolate and Cheese has that like iconic album cover.
Yeah.
But Quebec is peak. Quebec.
Go peek. I think it's crazy that I texted you that this is the In Rainbows of Ween's discography.
I was gonna say
Like,
that.
yeah, because it really is. I would say that it's that for different reasons though, because I think that it does the same thing that In Rainbows does, where they take every single style that they've done before and revisit it and combine them and like make it new and better. I also think it's the best Ween album. I will say that before I got into Ween, I did try listening to Quebec, and I was like, okay, it's good. I don't know if I love it. Like, it's kind of all over the place, and I think it's kind of necessary a little bit to have heard every preceding Ween album, because then you come in and you're like, oh, this is kind of like what they did over here, but better. This is like revisiting this other sound,
The best of the
and
best.
it's just the best of the best. And I think like if you are a Ween fan, this is like the best. Well, I don't want to. That sounds a little pretentious. I don't mean that. I mean that like if you already love everything that Ween has done before, you're probably going to love this album as much, if not more. Uh, yeah,
I think it even got better this time too. Like I
yeah,
honestly feel like I liked it
yeah,
even more.
same. Every listen got better. It like, I think this is the only Ween album that there was not a single track that I was like is below a 7 out of 10.
I gave one song below a 7.
Is it Elkin Road?
No.
Is it So Many People in the Neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My note for that is Marilyn Manson if he was awesome. I also think it's the weakest song on the album, but I think it's a 7 out of 10. So, yeah, holy shit, this album's so awesome. I'm really excited to go to the
All
track
right.
for track.
All right.
I have some fun facts too.
Should we start?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is their second best opener, in my opinion. It's gonna be a long night. I fucking love this song. I think it's fucking like crazy. It just kind of like super heavy, like right off the bat. Kind of insane song. Almost sounds like Motorhead, and it's just really fun. I fucking love it. It was in Tony Hawk, I think, Pro Underground or whatever the fuck. It's all. I also kind of want to cover it with my band. I think we could do like a good rendition
That would be sick.
of that song.
That's sick.
I love it.
Ween's Fitter Happier? Wait, what is Ween's Fitter Happier in reference to?
I don't know.
Probably So Many People in the Neighborhood, which is kind of true. That's awesome. I think the highs of it. This is one of the songs that like it took me listening to the previous
I think
stuff
it's my
to really
favorite heavy
understand.
song they have.
It's definitely up there for me. Now I really love it. It's so aggressive and fucked up though, like lyrically too. It's like a dark track, and that's something we can talk about and should probably mention that this is their first like independent album post being on Elektra. Their longtime drummer had been like in a nearly fatal car accident. I believe Gene Ween was about to be going through a divorce. Like his marriage was falling apart. So the themes on this album are kind of fucked up a lot of the time, and that gives it a lot of like texture, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be a long night. Great opener. I don't think it's as good as. I wouldn't put it as my. Maybe like fourth favorite. I don't know. Maybe it's like tied with You Fucked Up. Yeah, I'd say it's tied with You Fucked Up. Really, really great start to the album. Oh wait, and then I'm lost in my notes. Where the fuck is it? There we go. Okay, Zoloft. This song might secretly be like brilliant. there's like a little detail at the start where there's like it's like a skipped beat. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't have the musical knowledge, but like they fuck up the rhythm and it's like anxiety inducing. And I think for a song about anti-anxiety notification, that's kind of brilliant. And the lyrics are like really dark, and that it took a while for it to click with me though, because the first time I heard it, I'm like, this is weird to be singing about like anti or like a it's a mood stabilizer, right? Also,
Something
no,
like that.
I cannot remember what Zoloft is prescribed for.
I
know
think it's for anxiety.
I know it's anti-anxiety though,
Yeah.
for sure. But I'm like, okay, it's kind of fucked up to be singing about this in this way. But now that I know the context around it and like what the song builds into, I'm like, I kind of love it. Yeah.
Zoloft, I remember kind of liking it when I listened to the album, and then like coming back, I was like, no, this song just fucks. Like it's really good. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Also a need for me.
I think it's like they have so many different like sounds going on, and they have like the fucking like the kind of the weird shit, and they have like what it feels like a helicopter that almost like flies over at some point.
Okay, nice. I wasn't
Like,
completely off base, Max.
The when it's like spinning around, and then it's just so fucking funny that it goes from like a super insane heavy album or heavy song into like one of the chillest songs on the album. So it's already saying like this is what you expected, and then here we're just gonna fucking change the vibe already. But I think it works really well, and like especially the end where it's like Z OLOFT, you know, and then like just goes into the kind of just fades out and everything, and it's like just like a super like I feel like there's almost as much as the other album or Mollusk had like airy sounds, this one definitely has like more like sound spread throughout that aren't like instruments, almost like kind of more other shit they throw in there, but it bangs.
I also think that the little like sounds like the bugs from Hollow Knight.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, and then the next song, Transdermal Celebration, the greatest Ween song of all time. I give it a 12 out of 10.
Oh!
It fucking this. I think when I first listened to it, I was just like, damn, this is crazy that Ween's making me emotional. Like, I think there's a bunch of other artists that I really love, and they're like fun to listen to, and they have fun songs. Or like I think of like King Gizzard, and they have like kind of the more like genre bending albums and everything. And I don't feel like King Gizzard hasn't really made me feel emotional before. So like feeling like emotional to like a Ween song kind of like fucked me up. I was like, I didn't know Ween could make me feel this way. I think it's like a perfect song, like one of the greatest songs just like generally made. The riffs, the building of the song, and like the one fucking guitar part they have, it's like so simple, but it makes the song perfect, where it's like and then they like it transitions into the solo, and the solo's fucking crazy, and then all the verse comes back again, and the guitar's there again, and then he like says a line about the jets flying in formation, and then you hear like a fucking jet like across the thing. Like, it's just awesome. It's just so good. It's such a good fucking song.
Damn. I also gave it an 11 out of 10, so I don't think it's a clear best song of theirs for me.
For me it is.
But that's so fair. It has also made me emotional. It's so beautiful. I think it is their most awesome song for sure. I also have a fun fact about this. The guitar solo was recorded with Carlos Santana's guitar.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and I found the article where like Dean gives the story, and basically like Carlos Santana's roadie was like, oh, his equipment just arrived like at the storage facility. Like, do you want to come get it? So he like, I don't know if he was like offering to come. I don't know how he had this fucking connection. Oh, I think they shared a roadie, or his roadie like also was working at their storage depot. Yeah, that's what this seems to imply. But basically, he broke into like the equipment storage and recorded the solo just like on a like cassette he had
It's awesome.
really quickly, and then got out of there, which is insane lore, and that's the coolest Ween solo of all time. Uh, yeah, it's it's such a good fucking song. Holy shit. I don't know. I think you really did it justice. There's not much more to say. Um, so on to Among His Tribe, which is one of the ones that grew on me a lot
Same.
this time.
Same.
Like, it was underwhelming originally, but I think it just has a really weird, spacey feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels kind of like bringing back the production of White Pepper, but doing some weird stuff with it, which I think is
Mm-hmm.
really cool. Like 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Um, yeah, this kind of like I feel like kind of brings it. It's like the first like acoustic song that they have on the album, and it's like it's a style that they definitely like come back to later in, and I think it is a lot better than I remember it being, and I think it's just like kind of like a good song, kind of more soft spoken. It's like I don't know what it is on like White Pepper or some of the other stuff. I don't really like the soft spoken songs on some of those albums, but I think almost every time uh, they do it on this album, it just fucking hits like crazy for me, and I don't know why, but this one I give an 8 out of 10.
Nice. I also think it's worth shouting out that they made a song at least inspired by an ethnic minority without being disparaging. So that's good.
I wonder what they do on La Cucaracha.
I'm sorry, I have it on the brain. I have it on the brain. I hadn't even thought about that until now, and I'm like, God, how they fell. Anyway. You're up for
So many people in the neighborhood.
The fitty,
It's
the
fucking
fitter half.
weird. I don't really like it. I give it a 6 out of 10. The only song I don't really care for on the album. But I think what I've really noticed this time is that it gets a bit brown, like in the middle of it, which is like kind of. I like didn't even think about it. That it didn't like kind of click this time. So like I can kind of maybe understand why they put it on there, but I still find it a bit annoying.
The ding dong ding. It is obnoxious and abrasive for sure. I think the drums are so fucking cool, and they remind me a lot of like the drums on The Beautiful People, which is why I said Marilyn Manson if he was awesome. And yeah, it reminds me a lot of like their really early stuff, which I'm like, it's cool that they have something that's a callback. I don't think it's great because it is a bit grating, but it is. It doesn't suck, which I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we have Tried and True, one of the best songs on the album, I'd say.
Yep.
Like I think a lot of people have heard this song
Mhm.
and nothing else from the album. But it's a perfect song. I don't know.
Gave it an 8 out of 10.
It's so pretty. Yeah. Oh, an 8 out of 10. Interesting.
I
It's
think there's
not on
other
your
songs
highlight?
that are better, but I still really like it.
It does feel a little bit of like the mollusk sound and style.
Mm.
Like it's bringing it back to there a little bit. And it's also it got the acoustic elements again,
Yeah.
which yeah, I think it's fantastic. Also, the lyric "Can you smell my whole life?" is so Ween. That's so
Yeah.
Ween.
It's awesome. Awesome
Yeah.
song. Happy Colored Marbles. This one I think I didn't like originally, and now it's like I kind of like it more, but still not. I gave it a 7. One of the only songs that has a 7. There's a couple that have a 7, but it's just kind of really weird, kind of off-putting, and then it kind of goes fucking crazy at the end, which I think is what maybe kind of redeemed it a bit for me. It might be the weirdest song on the album.
I agree. It's the weirdest song on the album. Might
That's what I got for that.
might be my third favorite song on
You
the
sick fuck.
album. No, that's not true. It's probably like fourth or fifth. This song is so fucking awesome. I love Happy Colored Marbles. I cannot stop listening to
You
it.
sick fuck.
It goes back and forth between like this really dark, like brooding lyrical delivery,
And that's heavy
and
as
then
fuck.
this like big bass, and then well, first then it goes to the chorus, which is like really like pitched up pop chorus, singing about happy colored marbles, and then it ends with just a fucking cacophony, and I'm like, this is one of the most, I think, experimental
Yeah.
Ween songs. I think it works so fucking well. It's awesome. Also, it says a lot about society. It's the most society Ween song, I think. It's just it's peak. I don't know. I love it so much. 10 out of 10.
You sick fucker.
It is weird though. It's really
Alright,
fucking
next song.
weird. Oh yeah, I think this is me. Hey there, fancy pants. This song kind of redeems like Mr. Richard Smoke for a little bit. For like, going back to that style and like clearly having some like homosexual imagery, at least, if not explicit like allusions to homosexuality, and being really positive about it and fun and cute and not blatantly homophobic. It's a really fun, pretty song. I love it.
I like this song. I think it's like a fun song to show people, hey, they're fancy pants. You're like, oh, here's a Ween song.
Yeah, it's goofy as hell.
I think it's fun, and then I feel like it kind of goes a little crazy at the end with like the fucking arpeggio going like up and down, all this like. So it's like a pretty crazy song. It's just fun. I like it. I gave it an 8.
Nice. I could have been used in SpongeBob, honestly.
It could have.
That'd been awesome.
Then Captain. This is another weird song. I kind of like it though. It's eerie. There's some strings going on in it, and I think he just says like what fucking Captain like 20 times.
No, he says, "Captain, turn around and take me home."
Yeah. Very weird song. I still think it fits though, but not one of my favorites. But I still gave it a 7.
This is another perfect track. It's another 10 out of 10 for me. I don't think it's weird. I think it's very like
Atmospheric.
Yeah, it's like a Pink Floyd type song.
True.
They've done a lot before. It's just like progressive, and I think in the second half it goes kind of crazy, and has like this weird, dark, distorted, like growling, like undercurrent in the vocal. It's like a background side vocal. I don't know. It's almost spoken word. That part is weird, and the lyrics to that part are insane. It's so fucking cool. I love it. I love the experimental stuff on this album. I think it's their best experimental music. Yeah. Which brings me to Chocolate Town, another 10 out of 10 perfect track. I love this song. It's so pretty, and also it's like a perfection of the country style. It's like doing that and taking the country influence that they've had on a lot of prior stuff, but not being like corny and over the top about it, and just like doing a straight up like folk ballad almost. Like it's beautiful. I love it.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. It's I think it's like one of my favorite acoustic songs, just like in general. It's so fucking good.
Nice.
The melodies, the drums they have backing it. It might be one of like my favorite like vocal phrasing that Ween does in general. I feel like it's just so good. It's like really fun to sing along to. Just amazing, awesome song. It's just it's like more simple, but like it's just so good. It's so good.
You're up.
And
Still.
then I Don't Want It. Another 10 out of 10. Right to back.
Yes!
10 out of 10.
Let's go!
What is the fucking...
It's like, it's got those big ass guitars at the start.
Yeah, just the fucking like sweeping guitars.
Yeah,
It's just awesome. I don't know. I love this song too. Perfect song. 10 out of 10. Beautiful song. And then they have like the really fucking heavy guitars, like down, down, down. It's just, it builds really well too. I really love it.
I think this song is up there with like "She's Your Baby" is one of the most beautiful, well-written Ween songs. Yeah, honestly, like this could be another 11 out of 10. It's so good. It's so beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah. Up there with some of their most underrated stuff as well. Looking at like numbers, damn, it's so fucking good. Oh, the Fucked Jam?
The Fuck Jam.
The Fucked Jam is awesome. Like, of their kind of troll instrumental stuff that is just kind of there, it might be the peak. Like, it's so weird and stupid. I love it. I don't know.
It's I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a bit too quirky for me, but in my opinion, this is Molly too. Like, it follows like the same structure of Molly.
Yeah,
it just
if it was
randomly
good.
fucking stops and then comes back again. It's the ode to the pod.
It is an ode to the pod for sure.
I remember, I think I was telling Eric to listen to Quebec and he didn't, and I showed him the Fuck Jam, and then he listened to the Fuck Jam like 20 times in a row.
It's awesome.
It's just like it's crazy.
It's a great jam, and it's also fucked. Like, there's not much more to say. It's heavy. It's like got cool guitars, and then it stops randomly for long periods of time,
And then comes back just like Molly.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then we go on to Elkin Road. This is another one. I don't hate it. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's more of the maybe you're fucking, oh, here's another 10 out of 10 song. Because there's...
What? No, it's 7.
okay, we agree finally.
There's nothing going on.
It's just like a lot of like echo and like do. It's just like a lot of like, kind of like more of like the wind blowing like airy sounds in this one. So I gave it a 7 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, the reason that the other weird ones are awesome is because they like do something. This song just doesn't really do anything. I think it is good though. I wish it wasn't like 5 minutes or like it built to something for being 5 minutes. But I like the lyrics. I like the way it sounds. It's just, I think it's the weakest track on the album. But that's okay because it precedes potentially the high point on the album, The Argus, which is... I'm so pissed that the lyrics are not like on Spotify.
Yeah, it's like the one song that isn't on Spotify for the lyrics.
The lyrics are fucking incredible. It's another like prog masterpiece from Ween. So beautiful. Can't stop listening to it. Holy shit. 11 out of 10. Yeah.
So this is a weird song for me.
Uh-oh.
I still really love it. I think it starts off fine, and it's like oh, this is cool, whatever, and then it gets to the fucking breakdown, and it has like all the other stuff come in, and it goes like the or whatever the fuck with the what part is it exactly? I'm trying to. It goes into like the guitar breakdown. It's like do 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 do, and they have like kind of like dueling guitars going on, and then they have like that other instrument that comes back, and then the verse comes in and goes lying in bed with garlic and orchid.
That's one of the best things Ween has ever done.
And that part alone, I'm like, okay, it's a 10 out of 10 song. It's like that exact part. It's like one of the best things like Ween has ever fucking like. Sometimes I'll just like I just want to listen to the last like 2 minutes of this song. I'll just skip to and just listen to that last section over. That it's I don't know what the fuck is going on in the ending of that song, but it's insane. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
It is. That and Transdermal Celebration have both like made me cry. Like that when that comes back in, I get emotional.
Yep.
It's so fucking beautiful. And it's not like Transdermal Celebration has like I don't know.
It's like that's like a beautiful sad. This one's more like a beautiful happy.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Well, I don't know. Because they're both kind of sad a little bit. Yeah.
True. I feel like there's hope with the Argus, though.
Yes. True. I don't know. It's indescribable, honestly. Like it's
peak.
The way that the Argus makes me feel. It is truly peak. Like that third verse. I think it's the best single verse on any Ween song for sure. Holy shit! Yeah, that song is Ween's masterpiece, and you fucking covered it up with "Tastes Good on the Bun," you bastard.
No, I found that. That wasn't even mine. That was already made. Somebody already made it.
These fans are insane. That's so funny.
Who's on this one? Is this me?
No, I think this is. No, wait, yeah, this is you.
You could save yourself. This is I don't know what it was. I think when I first listened to it a couple of times, it was fine. Going back, it has grown on me a bit more. I think it definitely makes sense to be on the album and it be as a definite closer. I get the point of it. I think sometimes I just get slightly like annoyed when like everything will stop and there's like if you could save yourself, you wanna and that part just slightly annoys me, and I don't think it's as good. But then I think like everything kind of comes back again towards the end, and I'm like, all right. There's like just some parts I don't like and some parts that I really like, so I still gave it like an 8. Like just like in comparison to like the other stuff, it's like it's better, but it's not the best.
Another 10 out of 10 track.
There you go.
I think I see where you're coming from with like the silence into the like big breakout. Like it's definitely like melodramatic, which coming from Ween, you don't expect. You're kind of like, okay, like are they making fun of this? Like this can't be straightforward, but I think it is. And I think that the context of this album being like written pre-divorce and like being in a broken relationship, understanding that that's where this song comes from, like makes it really sincere and beautiful and tragic. And it's a perfect end to this album. Like thinking that you start it's gonna be a long night, and then you end here. It's like
and then it goes right back into it's gonna be a long night. I think that makes it's gonna be a long night hits more as after listening to it, and it goes back into that crazy fucking beginning.
And that's awesome to me. And I think that kind of like makes this album a little bit. This might be a little bit of a concept album because they said that the vibe that they were trying to go for is like a rainy, washed out, like sad Paris, but shittier. So they named it Quebec. So not only is this like kind of a concept album, it also slanders the French. So it's perfect.
All right, we don't need to talk about where this album goes.
Top of S for sure, no question. Like my average was a 9.3 which is very high.
So
Like
overall, I had an 83, but the second highest one was like a 79. So it's just the way my ratings worked. It was four whole points above the second highest.
it was like point 0.3 above for me.
Mm.
Which puts it up there with like, if I look at what my like in Rainbow's rating was, it might have been like a 9.4. So this is crazy high. But I'm gonna keep listening to this album for a long time.
It's so good.
So good. It's so good. Yeah. Unquestionably my favorite.
Be right back.
Ween album.
You can then bring up Shy Nola.
Okay, I'm up for Shinola. So the title of this album comes from the phrase "You don't know shit from Shinola," referring to the shoe polish. It's about all I got for fun facts for this one. That's actually not true. I have a lot of like solo or individual
I'm
track fun facts. I just explained the origin of this title or
Yeah,
of
no
the album
shit from
title.
Shy Nola.
Yeah, exactly. This album is it's not really a compilation album. It kind of is,
What
but
do you
they
mean not really?
because they re-recorded all of the old stuff.
Did they?
Like, yeah, they had a full. This was a full. That's why there's no volume 2, because it was a fucking arduous process that they said they hated of going back and re-recording all of these songs.
No, it was remastered.
They said they recorded it. They like redid versions of them too. I don't think it was.
Where'd you see that?
Just remastered, like in an interview and on the Wikipedia. Maybe you can
I
fact
don't see it
check
on the
that.
Wikipedia.
Interesting. I thought they went back to into the studio for it though. Maybe that's wrong, but that would explain why. Like.
They recorded parts of the song. Is what it's saying.
Okay.
See,
okay.
there's the Ween Wiki, which is different than Wikipedia.
Because they definitely, in the way they talked about it in interviews and talking about like the fact that they were going to go back and do another one, it made it sound like it was a lot of work and they had to be in the studio and record some stuff, which would make sense for the sound, because there's no fucking way "Tastes Good on the Bun" was recorded in the same way that the other shit on the pod was. But yeah, it brings you back to different eras without really improving upon those eras or adding more. It's
Because
just
it
a
was like
fun
the
little
B-sides.
taster. Yeah, it's a bunch of B-sides. And Ween's B-sides are pretty good, but it is still all over the place.
It's like the most all over the place.
Yeah, probably the most all over the place. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
So another part of it, I want to say 4 songs, I think, were re-released from another album that came out, I believe, after The Mollusk, before White Pepper, called Craters of the Sack.
Yep.
It
came out on MP3 only.
Yeah.
I think.
And it was like, I guess it was like it was made just for fans or whatever, putting it out there, and that was just like another compilation album, but I think 4 of the tracks that were on that they ended up putting onto Shy Nola. And I'd say for me, Shy Nola is a mixed bag. Most of it is good. It's all right. Some lower, some slightly higher, but for the most all, it's just like pretty average. But it's still like good, and I think it's definitely better than some of the other Ween projects that have been put out.
Agreed.
I feel like you can't even really talk about this album as much
It's
without
gotta
getting
be
into the
track
tracks.
to track, yeah. I think I'm starting because
Yeah.
you started with Quebec. So, Tastes Good on the Bun. I think it would have been awesome on the pod. And I'm
It would
glad
have
they
further
released
put into the concept album.
Yeah.
You know,
It-
Kaiser bun, tastes good on the bun, pork roll, egg and cheese.
Yeah, it's
like,
not
come
that
on.
complicated. It's so like it really, but it also only works in that context for me. Like as the opener for this, I'm like, what are we
the
doing
fuck?
here? what the fuck are we doing here? Like, and it also, I think they recorded it in the studio, so it has like a full sound, but they're still doing the fucking bit that is the pod, which it's not like that. It's not brown enough. It's not. It's not. It didn't take place in the pod. You can't release a pod track that it's not from the pod. I don't know. It bothers me. So overall, it's like maybe one of their weakest openers.
You know, I like it. I love hearing more shit from the pod. I think the guitar riff is really good. The bow 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 now now bow 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 now, and then it gets like lower when it goes doom doom boom doom. It's just in my opinion, it's just more the pod, which I love, but I still don't think it's that great of a song, so I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
I gave like a 5 or a 6. I couldn't decide.
And then we get into Boys Club.
Boys Club.
It's just such a weird fucking song. I think it was made after Chocolate and Cheese. And it's like yeah, this is a Ween song, kind of more happy, kind of like maybe slightly homophobic. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't find it homophobic personally, but I also didn't closely read the lyrics. Let me check real quick.
He's basically saying he's going to be accepted into the Boys Club even if he's not gay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can find yourself a nice piece of ass.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
It's just fun. I still gave it a 7, so it's like kind of similar. Like, it's fun, nothing insane, but not bad by any means.
I really like it. It's a 7 though. It's just fun. I fell in love today. This is from the Caesar EP, I believe, which was the working title of Quebec. So it's a Quebec B-side. More evidence of Quebec supremacy. I would say this is the second best track on the album.
Damn.
It's really, really good. Maybe third best. Yeah, third best song. It's so good though. It's got the same sad vibe.
Yeah, it does.
It's really slow and brooding.
Mm-hmm.
But it would fit right in on Quebec. Like, I don't think it would make the album worse if it was included. Like, it's really good.
I still gave it a 7 out of 10. Like, I like it.
Really?
I don't think it sticks out that much for me personally. I think it's more of like the slower stuff and just I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't think Quebec is hurt by not having it. So, like, it's kind of jazzy though. Like, I like the bluesy more. The guitar is nice. It's nice, but I might just be overrating it because it's like Quebec. Are you listening to? I can hear. This is
after the mollusk. This is after the mollusk. Big fat.
It is.
It came. It was recorded after the mollusk.
Yes. It's from the craters of the sack.
And this is one of the. It's like I gave it a 6. I don't really like this one. It's more brown for sure. I just don't think it's like that good of a song.
Yep.
Slightly annoying.
Yeah, it's groovy and also obnoxious. I give it a 5. Yeah.
Next song.
Disappointing. Gabrielle, we're so back.
Yep.
We're so back. Yep. That song's awesome.
Chocolate and cheese.
Yeah, it's right back into the chocolate and cheese vibe.
It should have been on the fucking album.
It really should have.
It should have been on the fucking album.
Like, it's a great song, and it's like instantly recognizable as chocolate and cheese. And I'm like, that's so interesting because like, how could you know that? But maybe I mean, this is probably one of the ones that they did not re-record or edit in any.
Maybe
like very much, but overall I'd give it an 8 out of 10. But like,
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Underrating it. Okay, well, maybe I'm right on. It's
8
awesome.
was the highest I went on this album, so.
Oh, that's. Uh-oh. You're up.
All right. Did you see me Mollusk album or song?
Please.
I think it's another fine song. Like nothing really stuck out to me. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Maybe because it's more the Mollusk. I don't like it as much as Gabrielle or other stuff, but I think it's fine.
I think this is the best song on the album.
Okay, buddy.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Okay. You're
We're so back.
You're on fence.
We're so back. This song should have been on the Mollusk. It's so fucking good. Like I don't know. It's long. It builds. Like it hits a super cool instrumental peak. I don't know. It really it brings
More
me back
of the
to
3-4.
Yeah, you just hate 3-4, I guess. I don't know. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. That being said, it might just be that it's so much better than like most of the stuff on the album that I overrated it because I'm re-listening now and I'm like, I don't know.
It is that's why I like this album though, because it does feel like you're going back in time and like seeing these other stuff, and that's why I feel like even if it's not like a full studio album, I think it's like really worth covering it in a tier list for sure.
I still think it's the best song on the album, though, even if it's not actually a 10 out of 10. It's like it's close. It's close. I love.
I got the next one.
Oh, I do. How high can you fly? I can't speak. How high can you fly? Fine. It's fine. It's not bad. It's also not particularly good.
Another Mollusk track.
7. Yeah, I'm glad this was not on the Mollusk.
This song, I think it's fine as well. I gave it a 7. I really fucking love how distorted the vocals are, though. That's like my favorite part of the song. We're like, and it's like underwater almost. If you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Actually, the guitar on this is really cool. I don't know. I think some of these, like, on repeat listens, I was just like, eh.
Yeah, I feel like Shino was probably like, what are you in the mood for, you know?
Yeah. Because when I'm coming back to it, I'm like, oh, I'm really enjoying How High Can You Fly, and I'm not enjoying Did You See Me as much as I did, like, before.
How many times did you listen to it? The album?
4, I think. I think I listened to all of these at least 3 or more times. Shinola definitely the least, though. Yeah.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Transitions. This song should have been on the Mollusk. Maybe not. Maybe it shouldn't have been on the Mollusk. It is from the Mollusk era. Actually, it shouldn't have been on the Mollusk, but I think it's a banger song. I think it has some of their like really good like guitar noodling and just like going around, and I like the song a lot. Transitions, 8 out of 10.
That's crazy.
God,
this would have been the worst song on the Mollusk if it was on. For the sole reason that it's one verse 3 times. If they came up with different lyrics, if they had something to break it up, it would be really good. But it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
They were like that might have been something they had where they only made a verse and they didn't come back and they're like, fuck it, we'll just repeat it.
That would make a lot of sense, because like especially re-listening it, because the first time I heard it I was like, oh, this is really groovy, this is really good, and then listening to the album multiple times in a row, I'm like, I can't listen to this fucking song anymore. It's this. I heard this. This is my 9th time hearing this verse. Like, can we please come up with something else?
I feel like it also kind of sounds like some of the indie rock that came out in the 2010s a little bit.
That's true. That's true.
Before, 10, 15 years before that time.
Yeah. Oh no, I have to talk about Israel. So, with certain geopolitical events, I was a little concerned by this song.
Only song they made for the album.
Yeah, I didn't really know like what to think, and I think you can. It's very open to interpretation. If I'm gonna overthink it and go based on like what Gene's like public comments and tweets and like he's genuinely or like generally stays like away from politics, but he did post an anti-propaganda infographic during the height of like the Israel Palestine like Israel propaganda. So I'm hoping that he's like on the right side of history with this one. And you can definitely read the song as a criticism of like the. It's definitely.
Isn't it just like scripture?
So
Spoken?
it starts as a prayer and it continues with the prayer and then it just becomes like repeating Israel, Israel, Israel
Oh
over
yeah.
and over again and the lyric becomes distorted, which could be read as a commentary on the like conflation of Jewish faith and
You know, Ween
like
is definitely the band
Zionism.
to be making a
Wait,
statement on that.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Like if you're gonna read it that way, like I think if you're gonna read into it, I don't know how else you would read into it. But also like maybe there is no reading
You
into
know what
it.
I just
Maybe it's just a
realized?
silly little thing.
This is a
What
Shinola song. I think it's also a La Cucaracha song.
that would make sense.
The fucking horns they have going on.
It's right in that
Like,
vibe. Yeah,
yeah. It would have been made like right when they were making that album too.
yeah.
I
So
give it a 6.
I give it a 7. 6 is also fair. I think it's probably
The
a
only
six
other
point
song I don't
five.
really like on the album.
I didn't want to use point 0.5 ratings at all though, so I was like, sure, I'll round up. I think you're up.
Okay. Some of these are so weird because it's like I fucking
Run the rift.
fuck.
Do you not remember the rift at all?
Okay, now I remember it now.
That's fair if you don't remember the rift.
Another chocolate and cheese song.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it does not sound like one, you know? Chocolate and cheese sessions. The rift, I think it was fine. I ended up giving it a 7. Very weird. Very weird. Goes on for a long time.
Yeah.
Has like some panning shit, like weird stuff going on.
Yeah. It's kind of similar to transitions with me, where I'm like, okay, this time they should have changed up the instrumental or cut down like 2 minutes
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it has different verses and lyrics, but it's also almost 6 minutes long, which is crazy. Like this did not warrant 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it's whatever, like a 6 for me.
Yeah, the next one.
Yeah, Monique the Freak. This song is corny. It's over the top. It's also pretty fun, and I really like some of the lyrics. Like, I don't know. It's stupid.
It's a
but
banger.
It's
It's a
sometimes.
banger. It's like a Prince song. This is post Mullis somehow. I don't know how the fuck it was like post Mullisk. Definitely sounds like it should have been on Chocolate and Cheese though. I think the chorus and everything is fun. She's a freak, Monique. Nah, 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 nah. They have like almost robotic sound, and then it kind of transitions back to the more like funk sound they have going on.
Yeah,
It's really fun. Also off Craters of the Sack though.
that makes sense.
It's funny as fuck
Fit anywhere else.
because it's already 6 minutes, and I think the Craters of the Sack version is like 10 minutes, so they like cut it down.
It is kind of like LMLYP Part 2.
Yeah, I give it
I
an
just
8.
don't like the chorus. For me, I think the verses are like an 8, and then the
Really,
chorus brings it down. It's corny and repetitive a little bit. I do really like. I think I'm gonna tweak as a lyric.
it's so funny.
It's fun. And most of the song is chorus too. Like there isn't enough of the verse because the verse is awesome. Yeah.
Monique the Freak.
All right. You're up, I think.
And then Someday, Another Quebec song.
Yep.
I think it's just a fine song. I think it's maybe a little too long. It does sound nice, but I think beyond it, I'm like, I don't know how much it like builds, and so I think it's fine. I gave it another 7.
Shaw, you just don't respect the build. You don't respect the soft build.
I don't, because I'm just
How can you not acknowledge the fucking Muppet chorus that comes in the second half of this
Muppet
song?
chorus.
It sounds like there's a chorus of Muppets singing. They do a harmony in the second verse. Go straight to Tuesday's
listened
Pizza
to it.
Day. Isn't it's fire? Second best song in the album. I give
my
it a 9 out of
God.
10.
Oh my god.
uh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also glad it's not on Quebec though,
Same.
because it's a really weird vibe. Like it's very different from the rest. It truly sounds kind of like a fucking like Muppet track.
Yeah.
Ween should have been performing this in the Muppet movie, the 2000s Muppet movie. That would have been fire.
All right, where is it going? Where's Shinola going?
So this is hard because technically my average like track rating is higher than anything pre chocolate and cheese,
Mm-hmm.
but viewed as a whole, like as a listening experience, I'd much rather revisit like probably any other album.
Any other album?
But quality wise, like I think it is definitely a step above like the B tier.
Yeah.
So I would put
Bottom
it
of
at
A? Okay,
Yeah, bottom
that's
of
good
A.
with me.
Where would you have it?
Well,
I know your rankings are a little different, but
I think it would have
like,
been above the
in
pod,
order.
but then the pod would have been higher still.
Wow.
So it would have been below White Pepper, Shinola, but the pod I still would have put higher.
That's where I have it in rating, but I think like some of it's less than the sum of its
I don't
parts.
like Godwin saying as much as you do. So,
Yeah, that album's fucking awesome.
all right, the final album,
You get to talk about this one.
La Cucaracha. You know, you could say Ween had a perfect discography. All right. Every single album, it was perfect, and then they put out La Cucaracha, and it tarnished their perfect discography. It, you know, it sucks that they were like, we don't have the sauce anymore, so they gave up after La Cucaracha. It was their last album. They haven't put anything out since. They did the 30th anniversary of Chocolate and Cheese, and that's the most new stuff they've put out since, and even then that's just like outtakes. But I think, I don't know if it was just even in their songwriting or their own personal lives, but I feel like you could tell something went wrong. you could tell something else was afoot on this album. I don't know if they just weren't in it enough, weren't expanding their tastes a lot. I feel like my major issue with this album is, yes, they do try different genres and going for it. It almost feels like they're trying genres for the sake of it and not because they like cared for it or wanted to try it. They were just like, oh, this is something that's popular right now. Let's take our own spin on it and try to emulate it in a Ween style, and it just does not work for me. It's like Ween was there all the time trying their own stuff, and then they get to La Cucaracha, and it's just like, it makes sense. It makes sense they broke up. I wish they did get back together. I wish they would start making songs again though, but maybe that won't ever be the case. But La Cucaracha, a cockroach never dies, but apparently Ween does. So it's bad.
You just don't get it. You just don't
I'm gonna
get
end
it.
the stream right fucking now. I'm going to end the fucking stream.
Hear me out. 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 This is Ween's worst album.
Okay, thank you.
You're not wrong there. Is it bad?
Yes.
Not really. I this album is fine. It has some of the lowest points. Like it has some of their most shit music, but it also has some really fun songs. It has some high highs and it has a overall decent track listing, I'd say. Like it's not such a horrible step below like the rest of their stuff. Like, and I think you have to look at it. You have to look at it right as a comedy album, because they go back to doing really weird, goofy stuff. Like there's a lot of straight up parody songs on this. Like, Your Party is like a yacht rock parody. It's not like it's a bit. It's a bit as a song. Like Lullaby to me reads as a bit. Shame Maker is absolutely a parody of like the contemporary god awful like pop punk that was on the radio at that time. Like,
Just because something's a parody doesn't make it good.
okay, what about Friends? What about Friends? I think that's a good song. I like Friends, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Fucking stream.
They went there. They tried to do some silly.
They tried
little...
and failed.
Nah, they succeeded.
Did you ever listen to the Friends EP?
No.
Listen to the Friends EP, Aiden.
No, because
it's a different version of Friends.
I'll listen to
I know.
it later.
It is a different version of Friends.
And your opinion has been sullied, and you're wrong. You're wrong. Justice for La Cucaracha.
No.
This album's
I'm gonna start
this album
crying.
is fun.
I'm gonna start crying.
It was not difficult to get through it 4 times. It was easy.
You're a sick fuck.
It was easy to get
You're a
through.
sick fuck.
There's a 4-track one. There's a 4-track run in the middle that's difficult. The rest of the album is fine to good.
My notes are pretty funny for this.
I barely. Oh wait, no, I did take notes. I think I had some funny notes. But I just kind of vibed out, and I was like, you know what? The signs were there. The signs were there that the band was gonna die, that it was over. But I agree with them when they say that it's kind of a piece of shit, but it had some great songs. I will also say that they did. I believe they said they went back to the studio to start on Shinola Volume 2, or at least they had like studio dates, but just like lifestyle and health did not permit them completing that. But I think they might do it now that they can't really tour.
Maybe.
It might happen.
I think there are 4 good songs on this album, and there's 2 of them that I fully enjoy.
All right.
The rest I don't like.
Let's go track for track.
Fiesta is one of the songs that I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 7. I gave it a 7.
Same. See, we're back.
I know. I know.
We're in agreement.
Very soon we're not going to be in agreement.
Oh no.
I think it's kind of just like it starts the album and you're just like, what the fuck am I getting into? It's an instrumental. It's there's horns, there's a bunch of crazy shit going on. They're like, you can't really tell the drum's MIDI, and then at some point they like blatantly break the drum machine and they just spam it, and it like kind of almost
awesome.
Breaks the sound, and that part's
like
pretty fucking funny.
Do like a breakcore, like
it's not even a breakcore. They just like spam like the kick drum like
yeah,
30 times more than they should.
Of
no, it's not. No, it's
yes,
not.
It is. I'm sorry.
I know breakcore like fits to a beat. That one just straight up like gets off like.
What is it?
It's
Venetian
different.
Snares? Is that the fucking? It's all over the album.
You could like the song, like you hear the song break basically.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's why it's called breakcore, probably. No, it's not.
Anyways, I gave it a 7.
I also gave it a 7.
It's enjoyable.
It's hilarious. It reminds me of that trombone game.
Yeah.
Where you're like macking.
Chris finally said something. He said, "Yes, it is bad."
He said that like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Fiesta, it lets you write like know exactly what you're getting into, you know. I don't think it's that crazy. Like uh, onto Blue Balloon, which is it's a delightful little track. You know, it's kind of flat. There's not a lot going on, but it's also not like shitty at all. It's like a 6 out of 10. It's fine.
My notes are one of the only good songs on this godforsaken album. One of the songs I enjoyed, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it works well. I like that they have the automaton on it. It's funny. It's like that really weird that noise in the song. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I like that part.
Even an 8 out of 10. I enjoy it.
Interesting, interesting. I had it as an 8 at one point on repeat listens. I was just like, okay, it's a little novelty, so it went down to like a 7 and then a 6.
I also feel like definitely you can tell in this album, like, the singing is not there. Like, they're definitely getting older, in my opinion.
There's a track that you really hear that on. Yeah. You're up for the best song of the album.
Friends, alright, I give it a 5 out of 10. It's annoying as hell. It's like taking, like, there's other Ween songs that are definitely annoying, and there's just, like, nothing redeeming about it. It's just annoying. I don't like it. It's, like, kind of techno. The Friends EP goes full fucking techno, and it's fucking crazy. Not good.
I'm dancing to it right now. It's a bop. You also got mad at the lyrics, which I'm like, that's why you don't get this album. It's a bit.
Friends are
it's
friends,
funny
and friends
bit.
and are friends.
Yeah, it's a friend's a friend who knows what being a friend is. Talking with a friend. As friends, we were always so close, but so far away. That's such a good bit. It's terrible. It's
just terrible. It's just terrible.
It's awesome.
It's just terrible.
It's meaningless. It's intentionally contradictory and meaningless, and that's a good bit. And it's a fun little bop, and you just don't get it. You just don't get it. And it's an 8 out of 10, which is one of the peaks of the album. On to another peak of the album.
You
Object.
sick fuck.
This song, the songwriting is so fucked. It's like I love the contradiction and going back and forth between like wanting someone and loving them, but also referring to them as an object and clearly being like hateful towards them and misogynistic. I don't know. This song didn't belong on this album. This song is like too good for this album, too interesting for the album. Like I think it's from the perspective of like a serial killer, honestly. It's so interesting.
I think the singing on the song is bad.
That's fair. It's weird.
I don't care for it. My notes are I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I think this is like third. No, this might be better than Friends actually. It's up there. It's one of the best songs in the album. I think it's chilling. It's a little funny and also scary.
Learning to love hurts my ears.
Yep.
Learning to love.
Stop!
It's just bad.
It's so bad.
They also have like some sound fonts or whatever. It literally sounds like Mario 64. Like it's just not. It's bad, very bad. I still give it a 6. Maybe I should like lower and give it a 5.
You gave it a 6? Yeah. I gave it like a 4, and that was kind of generous. It's probably down to like.
I think I lost my mind listening to this album again.
I hate it. 6. That's funny. Yeah, this song sucks. It's so fucking annoying. Yeah, I don't know. Not much to say. It's kind of back to the country twang song. It is a shitpost album in a way. It's returning to the brown mindset. You know,
No.
Even if the sound isn't that brown. Yes. Also, Learning to Love, I think it was the Pitchfork review, which was gave this album kind of a decent score, said that Learning to Love, succeeded at, revisiting the folky sound.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I know, of 12 Golden Country Greats, and I'm like, you're insane. That's the worst thing that anyone's ever said in a review. That song's so bad. Uh, all right, with my own bare hands, I think that the verse about cock is funny. The rest of the song is unlistenable. It's really bad.
You're saying
and
bad a
this is one
lot.
with
You know,
bad
you're saying
lyrics.
bad a lot. I think
I am.
I
It's
think
their
you're-
worst album.
you said it's not that. You said it was still decent though.
Yeah, we're in the run. We're in this. We're in the run of 1, 2, 3, 4 songs that are like their worst 4 songs in a row on anything ever. Uh, yeah.
So my notes are completely forgot this shit existed. I think it's the one song where like I just like blocked it out, like I completely forgot about it, and then I also forgot about it again until right now, and I just listened to it. Nothing going for it. 6 out of 10.
6 again. I rated it lower than
I don't
that.
know. I'm just like
Gotta
it's
adjust your
all
score.
all of it kind of muddles together. I just don't care. I just don't care about this album. On to the Fruit Man. My note is Ween is going to hell.
Yeah.
This song fucked. Just like why? Like I just want to know why. Why is
They
this
wanted
song on the
to-
album?
They wanted to be as regressive as possible. Uh,
This alone takes the album down a tier.
that's. I almost agree. It is the worst song on the album. It's potentially the worst Ween song ever. I gave it a 2 out of 10.
And it's not
For,
even
like-
like it's not even like oh they were like earlier in their career. It's like no, this is the end of their career and they put it out. Like
Yeah,
come on.
I like at least it like mostly avoids blatant slurs, but it does
They basically
like
should just say it at that point, you know? Like goddamn.
yeah, I don't know. It's really fucking awful, and it's like a reggae track too.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's fucked. It's really fucked. Really unfortunate that this song exists. Delete it. Yeah.
On the next one.
On to Spirit Walker, another pretty bad track. This is like an auto tune
It's like why?
ballad.
Why?
I don't.
It didn't need
I
auto-tune.
don't understand. No, it really didn't.
It like completely ruins anything that could have been going on.
It does make me laugh though. I don't think that I'm laughing with them, but I do get some enjoyment.
It's like
at how
auto tune.
Yeah, and how bad the fucking song sounds, which might be intentional. It might not. I don't know. It's like a 5 out of 10. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. On to Shame Maker. I already fucking hate pop punk, so the song's just ass because it's their attempt at pop punk. Pop punk hell is the note that I wrote for it. Not good. Ween, like, just hop off the bong. I know you can't, but like, guys, be so for real. We didn't need this.
8 out of 10. Funny ass track. It's not a great song, but it is a great parody.
I
So
cannot believe you fucking gave it an 8 out of 10. It's not a great song, 8 out of 10.
Well, it's a 6 out of 10 song. It's a 10 out of 10 bit. I give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, simple math, guys. Simple math. It's and you. I also really like pop punk and like emo, and you hate it.
Yeah.
So I can stand it, you know.
Sure.
But I understand hating it. It is fair to hate this song. It's obnoxious. I just love that it's obnoxious, and I think that they really nailed exactly what makes that kind of music insufferable and turned it up to 11. It's awesome. Yeah.
You got the next
Oh
one?
yeah, Sweetheart in the Summer. I think this is sung by Dean, and he can't sing. Like, he already wasn't as good a vocalist, but I think his vocals have not, like, his vocal ability is not well maintained. I don't think that he sang consistently. Like, I can imagine he might have some lung damage or, like, something, because he just sounds off and bad on this song, and it's already not, like, a particularly good song in general, so the lyrics or the vocals really bring it down.
This is another song that I kind of like.
They're crazy.
I give it a 7. out of 10.
What?
I think it's a sweet song. It's not annoying. I think it's fine. 7 out of 10. There's nothing much else to say about it. Lullaby, 6 out of 10. Nothing bad, nothing good. That's what I wrote for Lullaby.
I crack up every time Lullaby starts. I don't know if it's the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, this had to be intentional. The way this sounds, but just the first like 30 seconds are so funny. They just sound so off. It's like so melodramatic and like overperformed and goofy. Like I really enjoy that part. But then the rest of the song is like really mid. So 7 out of 10. But it's funny. Hello. Oh, they're gone. Oh, Woman and Man. This song deserves better than La Cucaracha. But also, it fits into the album. Like it fits the vibe, but it is just higher quality than anything else on the album. Hi, Krish. Thank you for being here. We'll see. I mean, have you heard "Woman and Man"? It's kind of a banger. It's kind of by far the best song on this album. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It's it's another like bit. It's another joke song lyrically, where they're singing about like the creation myth of humanity, and they say that like uh, they say that simultaneously we evolved from monkeys and also came from a rib, which is a good bit, I think. I think the going into the verse about like ocean and land, ocean is land covered with water, like
That was
acting,
like the longest
giving all
piss of my
these
life.
stupid. I've just been talking about Woman and Man for a while.
Good.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think it's the best song on the album. I think it's really good.
Agreed.
Lyrically, it's really funny. It's got good bits, and it builds so fucking well. I would say it didn't deserve La Cucaracha, but it also
Yeah.
like fits into the vibe of the
Yeah.
album. Like they're not doing anything different; they're just doing it well. By far the best song.
This is like one of the only songs I think I'd want to hear
yeah.
them play live off of La Cucaracha.
Oh yeah,
I
I
think it
would
would go
love to hear this
crazy.
live. Holy shit!
9 out of 10. Fucking goated. There's like a 5-minute guitar solo in the middle of it. It's
Yes,
fucking awesome.
it's so awesome.
And everything comes back at the end. It's almost like a Santana song, I feel like.
Yes, definitely.
This
very
is like
much
the only redeeming
there.
song off the album, in my opinion. It
Some
feels
of
like out of nowhere too. Like it's just like, you know, at least one song I want to go back to.
Yeah.
uh,
It's
really
the
good
only song off this album that I would be like is an essential Ween track.
Yeah,
Is like a
yeah.
you gotta hear this
mhm.
for sure.
Really good. And then on to Your Party. The Death of Ween. The Death of Ween is in this song. Kind of just boring, fades out, just kind of ends. Sure, it's a yacht rock parody. Doesn't make it. It's not good. 6 out of 10. Just it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and it's the just what the album is in general.
That's fair. That's honestly fair. I thought it was silly and funny, and I liked it, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's a good parody track. I like that he says the wife and I enjoyed your party, and then this guy, and then he
They lost
had
the
a
sauce.
dream about throwing a party. That's hilarious. The wife and I thank you very much. It is a little bit the death of Ween though. Like viewing it that way, it's sad for
Yeah.
sure.
It's like this is the last
What was
song
your
they put out.
average? What was your average rating?
64.
That's higher than I gave it.
I know, but like the highest
Yeah,
rating
you have an
that I
inflated
had
system.
was 84. So all the albums fit in the 20-point range there. All right, Aiden. So the question is, where do we put this? We already know it's at the bottom, but is it going in
It is
B
at
or
the
C?
bottom. For me, it's B.
Oh my god.
but you might be right. You might be right that it does like. Actually, no. Fuck that. Because you cannot say that the Fruit Man is significantly more problematic than the shit that is on Pure Guava and 12 Golden Country Grades. They're the same tier for sure.
You're insane. We had a 3-tier.
Yes, and that's true, and that's right, and that's valid.
Yeah, I think those are my bottom 3 though, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I think this would be my exact tier list, except I'd swap the pod with the mollusk, and that's my exact tier list.
That's
Yeah.
and we are not changing it.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's my
changing
exact tier list, though. I think that's how I would rank them fully. Yeah.
All right.
I'm content with that.
Nice. I think this is a very solid tier list. I think that the jump in quality between their like white pepper is kind of like A plus tier. Like it's it could even go in bottom of S. But I'm really like I don't know. Do we really need adjustments?
No,
Like I think this is
think
very
it's
fair. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the end of Ween. That only took 2 hours. I don't think we can cover track lists again.
No, that was because all of these albums were like short track lists, and it had 4 of like.
Chris said, "Please at least C."
Oh, sorry.
Max said, "W tier list."
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Max. All right.
All right. There's 2 things we have.
We have 2 things.
What do you want to do first?
Should we do?
Do the artist announcement first.
Artist announcement first. All right, Ja. I'm gonna do something kind of cruel to you. I have 2 artists. One is much more like normal. One is going like kind of very
house tier.
It's almost fully into indie.
Okay.
Like, and then well, we're still in the alternative season. We're not quite at the electronic season. That's coming later.
Oh fuck me. We basically had electronic season with the last one.
Yeah. And then I have another artist that I thought about a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, we could do that. Sure, why not? But I have no idea, like, if it's gonna be good or not. So I'm gonna flip a coin.
Oh my god, you sick fuck.
I'm gonna flip a coin. Do you? If I don't know. I think if we win the flip, we go the easy way. If we lose the flip, we go the hard way. And you're gonna call it.
No, let's have the chat call it. Let's have the chat call it.
Dad's gonna call it? Alright, coin flip.
Heads or tails, chat?
Heads or tails?
Chris is gonna say tails because he likes Sonic. I'm calling tails! He said tails! Tails the fox. I fucking called it. Right. And then Max said heads.
We need a tiebreaker.
No!
We need a tiebreaker.
Alright, I'm gonna trust in Max. Heads.
Woo! Alright, we avoided going the dark route. It was heads. Which means that I think we're gonna do the Strokes for the next artist.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I'm excited. I thought about that in the past. Okay.
I think this is a good time to do it.
What would have been the other artist route? Are you gonna save that for later?
I want you to guess. It's Ween adjacent.
What?
Ween adjacent. Like they're a very Ween adjacent artist.
Primus?
Yep.
Okay.
It was gonna be Primus.
Alright.
Like, I don't like that much Primus, so that was gonna be really difficult for me, I think.
Okay. So the Strokes. Alright. I'm not dreading it.
We're going with the Strokes.
This is the one time in a while I haven't dreaded it.
Yeah, I don't know when we'll get to Primus or if we get to Primus. Maybe that'll be a special
Dear God.
But yeah. The Strokes were my favorite artist, and Julian Casablanca was my favorite singer for a very long time.
Glad that changed.
What did you say?
I said I'm glad that changed.
Yeah, there's just better music out there. So this is kind of like my Ween a little bit, where I was absolutely fucking obsessed with them. I listened to every album, like at a certain point.
I think I tried to.
Um,
I don't know if I ever actually did it though.
and we are gonna include the Voids in this.
Fuck!
Yeah, sorry, you have to listen because I cannot wait for us to get to their latest album. I listened to a couple songs, and that was kind of what made me think I want to do the Strokes because
How many do they have? Okay, 3.
Mhm.
So the whole thing's 9 albums.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that's why we can add it. It's not a ton. Maybe we'll even add in Julian Casablancas'
Nope,
solo
nope,
album.
nope.
Yeah, because then we can do 5 and 5.
Okay.
That's perfect. 5 and 5. We're doing all of them. And I'll talk about the EP. You don't have to listen to that one EP. It's fine.
Phrases for the young.
I'm excited.
This already looks like dog shit. Phrases with a Z in it.
He's a funny guy.
He's something. That's all right.
What, Krish? What's up, Krish? Is that's the EP? You own the EP on vinyl? That's wild. That's a waste of material, honestly.
All right. On to the second.
Yes. So to give us some time to get ready for this next stream, and kind of like get ahead, I think we're gonna do a fun little bonus stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we've prepared a special wheel. Do you want to pull up the wheel?
Pulling up the wheel.
Now, before we spin this wheel, should we ask chat about our B tier stream ideas? See if they would want us to do, perhaps, the gaming stream.
Oh God.
We can add chat yes or no to adding gaming stream to the wheel. Okay, let's go.
Okay. All right, so we can explain.
Rivals. Yeah.
Mystery stream. That's something you don't need to worry about. Yeah. Artist tier list. I think we're gonna look at some of the artists we covered and then do a tier list of the artists themselves.
Yep.
Cooking stream. We're gonna be cooking, making some food.
Yeah. We might do another wheel for what we cook. We have a couple ideas.
Movie watch along. There's certain movies that have tied to the artists we've covered, so we'll pick one of those. Song bracket will be like another bracket of ranking songs, and then the gaming stream. So.
Yes, and I think for the song bracket, we would probably invite a special guest on. So.
All right, are we ready?
I'm really worried.
Here we go. I'm gonna keep spamming it. Oh, it only works once.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh!
Movie watch along.
I was so worried it was gonna be cooking stream.
All right, now we get to do another one for the movie, right?
Yeah. The movie will not be an episode of House.
God.
I'm sorry. Oh no! Yeah, we have to.
All right, here we go. Let's see what shit is.
About this.
What is Tenacious D Pod?
The Pick of Destiny.
Oh, okay, Pick of Destiny. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, here we go.
Come on.
Oh, fuck. It's the worst one. It's
Actually the worst one. Oh, guys, I don't know if any of you should watch this. I don't know if we should have to subject anyone to this. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. This... Oh, fuck. Just when we thought we were done with Shoo Shoo. So this is the movie that gave Shoo Shoo their name as a group. It's about a girl who... I think she's, like, caught up in the, like, communist, like, revolution and separated from her family to like do physical labor, and then she quits it to like become a sex worker. This is my basic. That's all I know about it. So I think what we're gonna be doing, because I'm sure like
You spelled
for
chunky
copyright
wrong.
reasons, I did.
Yeah.
That's fine. Nobody needs to see that. Oh, I added an E. I guess. Whoops. Yeah, we're probably for copyright reasons gonna like
Share
have
the
a
timestamp.
timestamp going. Yeah, and nothing else. So we'll have to figure that out logistically. But
It'd be easy.
yeah, that'll be a little bonus stream. Probably we can just do it next week, I'd imagine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Why is everybody here now that we're at the
Why is
end?
everyone here? Why is everyone here? And why is Chad talking about house?
House MD.
All right.
All right.
I think
Thanks
that's
you
it.
guys for tuning in.
See you guys for
Back
the
and
movie
better
stream,
than
and
ever.
then we'll be
And
back
the
probably
strokes. I'm
after that.
stroking it. No, I can't say that.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right. And on that note, adios.